$40,000.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Tell me what you've been doing recently, and then we're going to go backwards a little bit.
Okay. I graduated from college 2015. When I graduated, I was playing basketball at the time. I had 2 NBA workouts with the Toronto Raptors and the Los Angeles Clippers. Yeah, and the Los Angeles Clippers was trying to pursue basketball. Started getting a little bit too political for me, and at the time, my mom got sick. She was diagnosed with kidney failure, so she was on dialysis, so I had to start helping out my mom, try to provide for my mom and things like that. So I kind of gave up basketball and found another passion in training people. So I'm a personal trainer. I get people in shape, and I also train professional basketball players. When they're in the off season, they come out here, and I train them, get their body right, and help with their skill development.
That's fantastic. So let's get back to that experience. Well, first of all, when you look at that, and you look at that video and you remember that contest,
yeah.
what are your memories of it?
I was about to cry when I first looked at it. It was so long ago. I didn't even have facial hair at the time.
You caught up.
Yes, definitely. I caught up.
So you gave away the $40,000 to others that you thought needed it more at the time.
Yes.
I'm sure there were times between then and now that you could have used $40,000?
I don't regret it.
Tell me why.
I don't regret it because at the time when I did it, I felt like it was the right thing for me to do. The competition was to help kids to go to college that didn't have the money to be able to provide for themselves, help them get through school. I was already going to school for free. I was on a full athletic scholarship. Yes, I could have kept the money and had extra money on top of what I already had, but that wasn't the way I was raised. I don't know if too many people know this, but I was born in Milan, Italy. My dad, he's from a country in Africa called Ivory Coast. My dad moved around, tried to find better life for me, my mom, and my little sister. So I lived in different parts of the world. I lived in Europe, I lived in Africa, and I remember Africa very vividly and see how the people out there struggle. So it was a no-brainer for me then to give the money away when I felt like I was able to help somebody. And I'm sure if I had millions of dollars today, I would help out because that's just the way I was raised. That's the way I'm wired.
That's fantastic. We talked a little bit before, and your time in the Ivory Coast, you picked up French.
Yeah.
Give us a little French. Well, answer this question in French, and those of you that speak French, like me, they'll understand it. What does it feel like to be here at Manhattan Beach TEDx, at TEDxManhattanBeach?
Je suis très content d'être ici. I'm happy to be here. That's what I said. Tu parles français? No?
No.
Un peu?
Took 1 year, again, it keeps coming up at El Camino. Barely passed. Barely passed. You also coached, right?
Yes.
Tell me about your coaching career and where you were coaching and why you were coaching there.
So once I stopped playing, I decided to go back to the high school, Compton High School. My high school coach allowed me to come there and help out and be an assistant varsity basketball coach. And I felt like that was a perfect time for me to go back and give back to the kids because I was one of those kids. So I wanted to give back to the kids and help them learn from what I learned when I was there and just share the knowledge of the game. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, a big question. It's been 10, 11 years, more since that. Where would you like to be in 10 or 11 years? What would you like to be doing?
In 10 and 11 years, well, I have a 2-year-old now. So definitely want to be still here to be a part of his life and watch him grow. But definitely be able to help others in any way that I can, financially, anything. Just help people. Like right now, I'm a trainer, so my job has always been to serve. Even as a basketball player, I was a point guard, so I was a general. I had to make sure everybody was doing the right things and things like that. I feel like my purpose in life is to serve others, to help others succeed, because I feel I get a joy out of that. And that's one of the reasons I was helping out coaching, because when they succeed, even though I didn't make the NBA, I feel like I succeed. So.
That's
yeah.
great. I too have a deep background in basketball. Played 4 years at Manhattan Beach Youth Basketball. Okay. Ask me how many times I scored.
How many times did you score?
I scored once, Allan. I scored once, and it was for the other team. And my brother was the star point guard, like you. Yeah. You remind me of him. Well, what if I told you that right now we're going to bring down this screen, there's a basketball hoop back there, and you and I are going to go one-on-one. No, we don't have that kind of money, Allan.
Okay.
Everybody else, Allan, give him a hand of applause. Allan Guei.